Plants grow, and as they do, you can grow with them. So this homeowner already has a ton of great plants. We've got this catmint, I see phlox, daisies, some definitely well-established shrubs. She's got sedum, salvia, daylilies, iris. So all the pieces are here. It just needs to be reorganized. Without spending too much extra money, we can expand the garden, define the space, and connect it to the overall landscape. To get started, I want to define the space with spray paint, so that way we have the definition between bed and sitting area. And all you do, I would like to expand the garden to give the perennials a little more room to come out. And another thing is, if you don't have spray paint, it's okay. You could use a hose, you could use a rope, just something to help you guide. But I know I want mine to go like this. So first I want to dig up and divide the plants that I think need to be moved to open up the space. So this sedum is really leggy and I really want to transplant it to a new space, and the easiest way to do that is cut it back to about 4 inches tall. So when I dig it up, it's going to be easier to divide. You'll lose the blooms for this year, but it's okay because you'll have 3 new plants for next year. So I want to clean up this area. I'm going to leave these irises and daylilies, but what I'm going to do right now is cut them back. We just want to tidy up the area. They're going to come back again next year. Again, 3 or 4 inches tall, just make cuts. This will help us see the space of this garden area and its potential. Okay, so this is catmint and it is super overgrown. Some people like to just let it go like this. What I like to do here in New England, it blooms from June until frost. So as soon as the first blooms are done, I cut it back like a big haircut. Just grab it just like this. And within a couple weeks, the plant will bounce back, look nice and full, and have a great shape instead of overextending and reaching this long. You could really keep this plant contained if you prune it after it flowers. So look how much space that just takes up. Whereas if you're on top of it, you can shape it. But what I'm gonna do is dig this, I'm gonna cut it way back, and I'm gonna dig it up and divide it into 2 plants instead of 1, just to space it out in the garden. So there's nothing wrong with this phlox, it just needs to be staked up. So what I'm gonna do is put the stake in the ground and take some thin string and tie it up. These look like they've been cut back once in the season, so phlox does rebloom like a lot of other perennials. So say for instance, this gets cut back, it's gonna rebloom. So to define the edge of this garden bed, I'm going to use cobblestones. So this is a nice solid piece of granite, and I'm going to dig a trench and follow the curve that we painted earlier, and that's going to define garden bed, sitting area. It'll be a nice clean division. Okay, so I'm going to put the first cobblestone in to start this whole course. I decided to put it directly into the dirt because this is not a high traffic area and it's the edge of a garden bed. If we were going to put it next to a driveway, then I definitely would cement, or next to a walkway, cement so it doesn't wiggle around. But here, I think it should be fine. So what I'm going to do is just make sure this is where we dug the trench before. And then I'm just tamping it down so it's compact, the soil is compacted underneath. This I'm using to create a straight line on the back edge. And then when we're done, we'll backfill everything. So this garden bed's been here for a while, and so I want to amend the soil with compost. So I'm just gonna sprinkle it around the whole bed. And then when we go to dig the plants in, we'll incorporate it in and turn it over. So now it's time to stage the plants. All the plants I dug up earlier have been divided, and now they're going to be transplanted back into new homes with a little extra space around them and just different organization. And I did bring a few extra plants just in case we need to fill in the gaps. This is awesome. Tick seed, coreopsis. Why not put a splash of yellow in here? How beautiful is that? So I think one will look cool in the middle. One right here. Now we just have to put them in the ground. Tease these roots because it's pretty root bound. Gonna leave it planted a little high because I'm mulching around it. These roots aren't that bad. Just lightly tease those. Pop it in the soil. Backfill. With just a few hours of work, this place has been transformed. We created larger spaces, we moved plants around, gave them new homes and new beds. We defined the edge with this cobblestone to create the space. So all you need is a little bit of hard work and caretaking afterwards, and you have yourself a new garden.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.